band.
Hello, I am Marlene Kate Valley and I will be discussing about the magical habits of hamsters. Hamsters are members of Rodentia and are commonly kept as a companion animal and as well as in research. They are known to be solitary animals, however there are some species that can tolerate companionship in cages. They are to be kept in a well-ventilated and secure cage that provides enough space for movement. Common housing of these animals includes plastic cages or glass aquariums with wire mesh. Inside the cage, several essential items should be provided, such as your water bottle and your bedding materials, especially for hamsters that are likes to burrow as their natural behavior. For the sanitation and cage maintenance for your hamsters, maintaining proper sanitation and cleanliness is essential for their health. The cage should be spot cleaned daily to remove soiled bedding, leftover food, and feces, while a full cage cleaning should be done at least once a week. During cleaning, the bedding should be replaced and cage accessories such as food dish, water bottle should be washed and disinfected. Proper hygiene helps prevent development of bacterial infections, parasites, and unpleasant odors. Hamsters should be handled gently and calmly to avoid stress and injury. For their feeding management, hamsters are omnivorous, meaning that they eat both plant and animal-based foods. Their diet typically includes commercial hamster pellets, fresh vegetables, and occasionally fruits in small amounts. One should also remember that these animals are nocturnals, meaning that they are most active during the night. Therefore, disturbing them during the day should be minimized. And for this too, their feeding time is usually at night, where they are most active. So I'm just gonna post it in the screen on the whole summary on which practices have aligned with the manual and which practices have deviated from the manual.
Mice can be excellent pets, being that they are playful animals, but they can also be aggressive, especially when handled roughly. Female mice are usually more preferred due to the aggressive behavior of male mice. Females also produce less odor, which makes them even more desirable as pets. And for our mice, since the only survivor is a male, it will be housed alone. For the housing of the mouse, this is a 50-liter storage bin, which will be used as the enclosure. The lid has holes to ensure ventilation. Wood shavings are used for the beddings, adequate enough for the mice to burrow through, and enough for absorption of fluids para mo last longer for the next cleaning. 3 housings are provided: kani, and kani. So the mouse may have a lot of different hides to choose from. Then wooden rattan balls and a saucer wheel are provided to serve as toys and recreation for the animal, as well as another way for his exercise. The bin is tightly sealed para dili maka-escape ang animal. Para sa iyang feeding and nutrition, water is ready available, provided in a water bottle drinker, small para water may run out fast, and para mas frequent ang iyang clean, while not also dili ma-dispose ang iyahang ang water. Para sa iyang feeds, ang main diet niya is mixed seeds niya. Occasionally, natagan siya o sunflower seeds o baked mealworms para treats para sa mice. For the health monitoring of the mouse, ang daily observation lang from a distance para to check for the skin and coat para walay presence of ectoparasites, skin infections or modal ang iyang coat. For the handling and welfare, kanang provided naman ang saucer o ang iyang rattan balls to serve as recreation of exercise. Then ang housing po niya naihagdan-hagdan para kalayat-layatan, kalakaw-lakawan. Then comparison sa book, ang main difference from the book sa among husbandry is ang kaning food ug nutrition. Currently provided kaning iyang diet is designed for hamsters, so dapat siya ilisdan after maka-acquire o feed nga designed for rats. Another difference is the housing of the mouse. Ang nasa book is smaller, 12 by 12, 12 inch by 12 inch siya, pero bigger siya, pero dili man siya detrimental po sa mouse. Then another difference is ang ventilation. Ang provided karon is ang lid kay holes lang, pero ang required or ang nakaingon sa book is kanang dapat screen siya para proper ang ventilation, and it will be changed once maka-acquire na og screen.
My name is Jal Aker Ida Shaw. For the housing and environment of the guinea pigs, they should be housed in a spacious, well-ventilated cage with a solid floor and soft bedding such as paper bedding or hay bedding to prevent food injuries. The enclosure should be kept in a quiet area with a temperature of 18 to 24 degrees Celsius, away from the dark sunlight, draft, and loud noise. The cage must be kept clean regularly and including hiding spaces, food dishes, and water bottle to maintain hygiene and reduce stress. Then proper ventilation is also needed. Dryness and enough space for movement are important to support their health and welfare. In comparison with the reference book, according to the Manual of Exotic Pet Practice, guinea pigs should be housed in spacious, well-ventilated enclosures with solid flooring and soft bedding such as paper bedding or even hay. The manual also recommends maintaining a temperature of about 18 to 24 degrees Celsius, providing hiding areas for their security, and ensuring constant access to clean food and water. Then our management practices were generally similar because we provided a clean cage, appropriate bedding, proper ventilation, and regular feeding and watering. But however, there may have slight differences in cage size or environmental enrichment due to the limitations of the facilities. These differences occurred mainly because of available resources, but overall, the basic welfare and environmental needs of the guinea pigs were maintained. So, in conclusion, our group managed the guinea pigs by providing proper housing, balanced nutrition, regular health monitoring, and careful handling to ensure their welfare. Then, most of our management practices were consistent with the recommendations in the Manual of Exotic Pet Practice, although some differences existed due to laboratory resources and our resource limitations. Overall, the experience helped us understand the importance of proper husbandry and the need for continuous improvement in animal care practices. That's all. Thank you.
Sir, a rabbit's environment must be a safe haven from both predators and the elements, especially in warm climates where heat stroke is a constant threat. Because rabbits dissipate heat primarily through the ears, their living space must be kept cool, ideally below 21 degrees Celsius, using fans, frozen water bottles, or marble tiles for them to lie on. Their enclosure should follow the 3-hop rule, providing enough horizontal space for exercise and a hidey box with at least 2 exits to ensure they feel secure from perceived threats. Furthermore, the environment must be bunny-proofed by covering all electrical wires with plastic tubing to prevent electrocution, as rabbits have a natural biological urge to chew on vine-like objects. And then regarding their diet, the digestive health of rabbit relies on a high fiber intake to prevent the fatal shutdown of their GI tract, known as the GI stasis. A healthy rabbit should consume a daily volume of grass roughly the size of their own body, as this constantly chewing action naturally grinds down their open-rooted teeth and maintains a healthy gut microbiome. This hay should make up 80% of their total intake, supplemented by a handful of dark, leafy greens like romaine or cilantro for hydration and nutrients, and a very small portion of high quality pellets. And a fresh water must always be accessible in a heavy ceramic bowl rather than a drip bottle, as rabbits drink surprisingly large amounts of water, and the bowl encourages a more natural and efficient drinking posture.
You take